What's up, Jiu Jitsu nerds? Welcome back to the Matrix channel. Ignore the white belts rolling in the back, please. It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, click the notification bell, and we got a question. We showed the shoulder crunch options from the close guard lately, and two main options, and then what if they pull the arm out, and then I got your questions. One of them, actually that happens a lot. We just had a tournament and many beginners competing, and when you have some people at the beginner level, when you have them in close guard, instead of creating space and standing up, what they do is they think it's a good idea to grab you and then put pressure forward. But that actually gives me very easy shoulder crunch. Sometimes you have to start with a pinch headlock and then work your way to the shoulder crunch. But then you have the shoulder crunch. And now, what if they go on their feet? Like actually keep the pressure obviously, then work your way to the hips, into the butterfly hook here. Now you can extend him a little bit, and from here you can either, it's the same thing now. Now it feels better to go here and go for the arm lock again. But if he leans more towards the other side, it's the sweep again. So that pretty much answers question number one. If they stand up, like if you have somebody already in shoulder crunch and he stands up, it's even easier because he exposes the hooks now. But if you just have a regular close guard and they lean forward, the first thing you should do is get this grip and then either pinch headlock or the shoulder crunch itself, and then work from here. Again, if they stand up, you get the hooks in and sweep them. The other question was, what if I lose it, and then I told you get this. But then the guy asked, but what if he cross posts with the other arm on the shoulder? Well, then you just switch sides, right? Switch sides, attack from here. But if you do a good job with the elbow 2-on-1, and you pass it really to this side, you close the distance here, and he cannot pull his arm out or across shoulder post. Even if he did, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. I can now go to really easy pendulum sweeps, still have the arm control, take the back from here and stuff. So it's really irrelevant. Either you mess it completely up and you have elbow 2-on-1, doesn't matter from where you got it, and then you put shoulder post here, and more like here, and you pull this arm out. But then you get the other side to attack. Or you do a good job, always use your legs, get in here, and then he doesn't post on this shoulder with his other arm. So that's my two answers to the question we got to the previous video. Just check that out before you watch this one maybe. So now, after answering this question, I'll show you what we do today. And it's a pretty basic class. It's what white belts should learn. Close guard. By the way, if you teach beginners and kids on the white belt level, blue belt level, if they do their first competitions, in training everybody's loose, everybody likes playing around with open guards and inverts, and it's like, yeah, I'm Greg Jones. But on competitions, everybody is scared as fuck. So you're gonna end up in close guard a lot. Even if you never play close guard, you're gonna find yourself doing close guard and hold on for dear life because you don't want to get past and lose the match, right? So is your opponent. So practice a lot of close guard at the beginning of your jiu-jitsu career. That's just something to think about. So what we talked about today is simple hip bump sweeps. Okay, they can be very effective. You have to do them in the right moment. I think we have videos on that already. For example, I like doing them from 2-on-1 controls, and he wants his arm back. I follow him up. Always post on your hand. Never try to do it from here. Same goes for him. If he's on his elbow, you can always easily sweep him. If he's on his hand, you can avoid the sweep. Now there's options. I think we have the triangle option video, and many other people do that too, show that too, so check it out. But a very simple option is if you reach over, well, make sure you reach over all the way here on top. So don't try to move it. Then you just can pull and sweep them. Now, keep it really tight. His arm, you shouldn't allow the arm to go back on the mat. See? If I'm lazy here, he can go to the mat. If I do a good job, really here, I'm under his shoulder. It's almost a reverse shoulder crunch somehow. Now you can really just, it's just in front of you. You just have to grab it and you connect. So now you can do several things from here. But most popular, I think, is you just step over here. Be careful with that, because if they know what they're doing, that's why you can see I escape my hip a little bit. So I'm far away from his legs. That's how I do it. Like this. I don't know if you could see it. Or if you're more a friend of staying like this, then bring your foot over first to knee on belly position, and then switch to the other side. Okay. Now I like to be here because I'm heavy on the Kimura anyways, and far away from his legs. He cannot trap me in half guard. So when you're here, what I want to talk about is, it's not about the finish here. It's relatively easy. You switch, you can step over, and then you can finish it, right? Everybody knows that. But when I see even higher belts don't realize this, just saw that on a competition again. If the people are strong, or if you can't bend the arm in the first place, and they straighten their arm, I love when it happens, because then, look, what I do is I slide with them. I slide up a little bit more here. I'm slightly behind his elbows too. I don't go over the elbow, slightly here. And I will always sometimes switch this grip higher too. So I follow him and go up a bit, up a bit. Your elbow's messed up, I know, from the competition. But here I have a really easy arm lock. But when I don't want to count on this simple elbow submission. I try to bring the arm always as high as possible, because then it's an arm lock, and sometimes if they have super flexible elbows or your ankle is off, this messes with the shoulder too, so that's how I do it. So one more time, because the beginning is important. So doesn't matter how you go to the technique, but here he sits up, I come up, I bump as hard as I can, so he has to really post it up. And then don't make the mistake of going here. You go all the way up and pinch really hard. Try to bring the fist to your chest. See? And now there's no more resistance. I sweep him. You know I want to get heavy on my left hip, keep my foot tight, and reach here. If they stay, some people are like, oh no, I don't want the Kimura. He stays like that. Then just climb up, and now it's 100% submission. And just go as high as possible. Okay. But if you can get the Kimura, I prefer to switch first. Here, you go for the regular finishes here, like stepping over the head, and so. But now, if he's a strong guy, and you're not as strong as him, and he straightens the arm, slide with it, climb, finish him. It's very effective. I used it in competition. Some of our teammates use that in competition. And you can also do it for guard. It's the same thing. If you have, even more so maybe, because strong people, they straighten the arm here, of course too. So just slide up a little bit, and then go all the way. It's really good. You have a lot of motion here left. Okay. Would even work if they already passed you. It happened to me. Like if you have nothing, no control with your legs, but you're here. Instead of trying to Kimura him here, which is pretty hard, just do this. And then sometimes they tap, and sometimes they have to go. Yeah, it happens all the time. And then you can finish it. So in my opinion, this is super undervalued, and you should have that in your game. It's not even hard to do. So when they stretch, let them stretch. Slide out. That's the main thing. Slide out, and then you can have an arm lock / shoulder lock. Thanks for watching.